Man, they'll win tonight, right? They'll win tonight. But as I start to get a real true understanding in my brain about this 7, 8, 9, 10 seed, just based on the way it sits right now, I feel like, and then listening to Paul, I got Paul on my shoulder, Pierce on my shoulder right now, still telling me, man, I'm telling you they're going to lose if they go to Golden State. They're going to lose, they're going to lose, they're going to lose when they play the Warriors. It feels like we're not going to get out of the play-in. It feels like we're not going to get out of the 9th or the 10th. We're going to go back and forward with Golden State for that 9-10 spot. It feels like to me the Suns will sit at 7, the Kings will stay at 8. They may swap their spots. But that's what it feels like. And if we got to play Golden State and we lose, we're done. We're toast.
Home or away?
It doesn't. I think we're toast.
All right.
Right? If we then beat one of them, we still got to play another game against the Kings or the Suns, depending on which one of those teams lose when they play each other. And then I'm assuming you have to go on the road to Sacramento if it's the Kings.
Definitely.
Right? That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal. But if my right shoulder with me on it, talking to me and telling me we could do it, then I think we can wind up maybe in the divisional round, second round. Maybe.
Okay, so
I think we can win a series.
On your shoulders, which is devil and which is angel?
I'm angel.
Like you're angel,
Paul
he's devil?
Oh, yeah, all day long. He's a Celtic.
Yeah.
So he's telling me all the negatives about playing Golden State or having to go to Sacramento or a healthy Phoenix team. For some reason, I'm not afraid of Phoenix the way I am of Sacramento.
I hear you.
I don't know why. I just feel like LeBron could beat KD.
I'm with you on that.
Sacramento
has beaten you 8 out of the last 9 times.
That's why I'm afraid of going to Sacramento and they're going to be fired up with the towels and the whole deal.
Cowbells,
The bells, the bells. But I think if we can get out of it, I think we can probably win a series. By the way, I forgot to mention this to start the show, but speaking of Paul Pierce, we've had him on this week. He'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. That Jack Golke who hit those 10 threes knocked Kentucky out last night. I'm checking out his bio, and his all-time favorite player was Paul Pierce. And I was like, Paul Pierce? That's pretty cool. So the guy who almost broke the NCAA record for making threes, whose game looks nothing like Paul Pierce's game, loves Paul Pierce. So I wanted to mention that. Yeah, he could probably, I mean, maybe he feels he can shoot it like Paul.
Okay. All right. I know I get fixated on how deep this roster looked going into the year. And Rachel Nichols, we had on yesterday, made the point, was it yesterday or the day before?
A couple days ago.
Made the point, well, everybody gets beat up and everybody loses 1 or 2 or 3 players. And the Lakers very possibly could lose all 3 key pieces. We know who they are. Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood. And Rachel's other point was, even if they do try to come back for the start of the playoffs could be one and done at Golden State or Golden State at LA. Even if they're not
one and done and they get into the playoffs and out of the play-in,
then
to be able to go and sit out as long as they've been sitting and then restart is tough.
And then to reintegrate them and sort of assimilate them into the rotation, it's too late. And the other thing is, I like the way they played against the Hawks, but Keyshawn, I keep waiting for them to go on a run, and they don't go on a run. They'll win a couple, and then I say, okay, here they go. They need to, as Coach Landry used to say in Dallas, the essence of the NFL playoffs is to streak into the playoffs. You need to win your last 3, 4, 5 games and hit the playoffs running. And the Lakers, could they go on a run right now and just sort of find themselves and take off? They've got Sixers, then Indiana, then they hit the road. And I don't know. I haven't seen it, and nor have you, because they have just tormented you all year long. You say,
what did we win?
I like that.
Most we won in a row was 4?
I don't know. I don't think they've won 4. Have they won 4?
I think we won 4 in a row this year.
Well, that would be the in-season tournament, right?
Well, no, the in-season tournament was only 3 in a row, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was
It
3.
took 4 games to win it. Am I right? Anyway, but
3.
the point was that that's their claim to fame. And that's where they set their bar up high, where it almost became an indictment. You say, well, if they can do that, why can't they do this? Why can't they take off now and make the in-season tournament the postseason tournament?
Mess around, and even though we're 7.5-point favorites tonight, now you got me thinking that they might just lose to the Sixers.
Sixers are dangerous even without Embiid.
No, I understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
Tyrese can just
think
light
about
you
it.
up.
We've lost to teams like Houston early in the season
You
at
have.
home.
All right. I'm glad you just brought up Houston. Nice segue, because all of a sudden they have figured it out. I love Ime Udoka. I know he had his issue in Boston, and that's fine, and he paid for it, and now he's in Houston. And I predicted the second he got that job, he will turn that program around. He will get them going in the right direction. They have won 9 of their last 10 games, and they have been without their center, Alpi Şengün, and yet they seem to be, Paul made the point yesterday, they seem to be playing better without Şengün. So, Keyshawn, the problem that both Golden State and the Lakers have as we speak is, I don't think they're going to back off. I don't think they're going to back down. I think they're going to keep on breathing down your neck, and you're going to have the first issue, the first order of business is to hold off Houston.
Yeah.
Because even without Şengün, Jalen Green has been going crazy. Like, he found himself. All of a sudden, their kids, Thompson's been playing center for them as a rookie at 6 feet 7 inches tall. They have taken
So you're suggesting that we may not even make the play-in?
Well, you are 3 up on them, but Golden State, as we speak, is only 2.5 up on Houston. Can Houston keep this up all the way home?
But if the Lakers drop a few, and Golden State wins a few, as well as Houston.
Okay, then you got problems.
Now you're flipping back down now.
If you finish 11th, you're not even in the play-in.
No, yeah. If you finish 11th, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're out.
3 up, but if you go on a 3-game skid and they go on a 4-game winning streak, they going to jump.
Yeah. I just like their mix. I'm enjoying watching them play. They handled Chicago easily last night. Not a big deal, but Dylan Brooks and Van Vliet have added some veteran toughness and leadership to them. Van Vliet's been playing out of his mind. So all of a sudden, you almost have to look down instead of look up, because here they come. So LeBron should be good tonight, because that is, I made a joke about it, but to get 4 days off at home with no travel between home games at this late date, that's huge.
But you also could be rusty, too.
Well, I don't think they're going to be rusty this deep into the season. Really? Yeah.
4 games you hadn't played, and the last time you played was a cakewalk against a Atlanta Hawks team. And two games prior to that, you lose to the Warriors. Prior to that, you lose to the Kings.
You did. I mean, you got romped and stomped by the Kings, as usual.
So you could start off slow. That's the rust part I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you look up and you down by 20.
Yeah. Well, remember what happened against the Hawks. The Hawks were playing back-to-back. It was in the same building, obviously, in the crypt. But they had just romped and stomped the Clippers on Sunday night, and then you get them on Monday night, and they jump up on you 11-2, and then LeBron and AD, to their credit, said, nope, not in our house tonight. And that was the end of that. And then Atlanta goes on. They lost fairly convincingly at Phoenix last night. So it's not a big deal that you did beat Atlanta. And I agree with you. Philly is dangerous, and Indiana, who you beat in the in-season tournament finals, can also be dangerous.
But we also could wind up missing the Kings and getting the Suns or the Mavericks. We could also miss the Kings.
Yeah.
You know, because the Mavericks are right there bunched up with the Suns and the Kings, and all of a sudden the Mavericks lose a couple, and the Suns and the Kings win or whatever, and the Kings jump them and jump into the 6th spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little bit of a light tunnel there.
Okay. Light at the end of the tunnel.
Because I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, how could you avoid the Kings out the gate in the play-in? By the Mavericks starting to take a little, you know, some losses, some L's there, and the Kings winning, they can slide into that 6th spot and leapfrog the Suns. Yeah, so we can avoid the Kings. I'm scared of the Kings in the play-in. I'm not really. The Warriors, in San Francisco, I'm probably a little nervous. At home, I'm probably not as much.
Really?
At home, I'm probably not as much.
Guess what Golden State's record is at home this season? 18-18.
That's fine, but it's not the playoffs.
No.
It's something about the playoffs with them at home. It's just a different feeling in the playoffs with Golden State at home.
You can win at Golden State.
We probably can, but it's something about Steph Curry. It's just something about what they do, man. I've seen it too many times.
But as you've pointed out, last year's second round against Golden State after they eliminated Memphis, they handled Golden State fairly easily, to me.
Yeah, we struggled with them a little bit. We pulled away in San Francisco. We took care of business for sure.
You did.
At Staples Center. But if I could avoid the Kings at any cost, let them go to the 6th seed, and I'll take on the Mavs and the Suns.
Yeah, as I've told you, the difference between your losing streak with the Kings versus your losing streak with Denver is you played the hell out of Denver. You take them to the wire. You can't even compete with Sacramento. They destroy you every time. You've lost 8 out of 9, and the 8 losses, not even close.
That's why I need them to go on.
You need them to go on.
Get away.
Yeah, get away. I don't know. The Lakers might have to get away here, but okay, up next, you'll enjoy this one, trust me, because I'm about to have some answers for my man Keyshawn Johnson. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.